My name is Jesse Valero, and this is my speech about Barack Obama's speech called The Audacity of Hope. Barack Obama has a way with his words, most definitely. In his speech called The Audacity of Hope, he makes it personal and relevant to everyone watching in the crowd and on their televisions. This speech was simply about having the belief and having courage and pressing on for a better future for the United States of America as a whole. Now, this is not such a far-fetched speech, considering the fact that many people desire a nation as such. So why is it that people began to cry after he made this speech? Why is it that he got interrupted 33 times during this speech to be applauded? Well, a large part of that reason was because of the way he opened his speech. He opened his speech by speaking about his own personal experience. He explained how his parents met each other in America, but before they met, his father grew up herding goats. And his father, before that, was a cook that had big dreams. These dreams were not for himself, but for his son. His dreams came true when his son was offered a scholarship to study in America. Where he met his wife. Obama expressed in his speech that his parents shared more than just a strong love for one another, but they shared the same idea of America, an America where they had faith in all the possibilities and the future it had to offer in their own kid. When Obama was born, his parents gave him an African name because as Obama said, his parents believing that in a tolerant America, your name is not a barrier to success. The way Obama spoke throughout his entire speech brought people to their feet, believing in the future for America just as his parents did, just as his grandparents did before them. Obama's words reached into the hearts of these Americans and were practically able to pump it themselves. He explained that even though his parents were not rich, they saw him going to the best schools in America because they believed in an America where you don't have to be rich to reach your full potential. Now, when the Democratic delegates heard Obama speak the way he did, they felt moved and reacted with outbursts of applause, and some people even became emotional. I personally believe that the words Obama spoke are words that need to be said today because we see every day how there is so much segregation in the world. The world today needs to hear these words so we can remember the United States of America is the United States of America because we all have different backgrounds, but we all believe in a nation that we all can thrive in. This nation should be a place where we all have the same opportunities despite our skin color or language we first spoke. Obama spoke over and over again about how the future of America is going to be better than it was in the past because we are a fair country with equal opportunities. I cannot express enough just how much I believe in what Obama spoke about because a fair nation is the nation I want my kids to live in. It is the nation that I want to be able to live in so I can sleep at night. Now, speaking of language, Obama wanted to be able to reach to those who were listening on an emotional level, and the way he did it was by using concrete language, according to Monica Lunan. When using concrete language, it is a way of connecting to your crowd and drawing them into your speech by describing specific people, places, and things. When he brought up his parents' experience and beliefs, people began to relate with him on more of an emotional level because people began to think of their own personal stories and their parents' stories and their grandparents' stories. They began to think how far they have come along and how much their parents sacrificed to come to America. Some people sailed across seas. Some people had to do it illegally. Some people had to do it legally. Either way, they had to find a way to make it to America so they could work in a fair country where their kids could grow up with money and a solid foundation, both education and economically. With all this being said, Obama gave hope to Americans and people that are not American, but still believe in the opportunity to become an American and make a life here. These same people often do not think about themselves and think about their kids. They want their children to be able to live a life better than what they lived, away from danger, away from poverty, away from making bad decisions in order to survive. They want their kids to be able to go to a school that doesn't have tinfoil as their roof. They want to be able to take their children to mass and to praise whatever God they want to praise. Because in a lot of places, they don't have that opportunity. Not a lot of people have the opportunity to have the chance, the money to praise whoever they want. Some people are silenced. Some people can't spread their own ideas. Some people can't make a business for themselves. But here in America, you can. Here in America, people work for that. And they want that same opportunity as well. They want the best for their kids and the kids to come after them. And that is why and how Obama's Audacity of Hope speech created an inspired nation.